Hello everyone, my name is Kristen Kiernan. I'm a political science major and a women, gender, sexuality studies, and community development minor. This semester, I've had the wonderful opportunity to work alongside my peers on our capstone research pertaining to artificial intelligence. Today, I'll be speaking with my lovely peer and friend, Holly O'Gara, who's been exploring how deepfake technology has influenced Japanese and South Korean cultures. She's been hard at work researching and learning more about the world of these highly realistic, although artificially created images. I'm so excited to dive into your research. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So my first question for you is, how did you get into this specific facet of artificial intelligence?
Yeah, so for our capstone, we're obviously focusing on artificial intelligence, but because I am an international studies minor, I want to take a different route, and especially to hit my minor requirement. So I decided to do South Korea and Japan, and with that, I just looked into their culture, and I realized they over-sexualize a lot of women and children too. And with my capstone research, I dived into anime and how that also too creates that stigma of women being over-sexualized, and how the schoolgirl aspect takes place, and how minors from a very young age are being affected all rounds of deepfakes.
Wow, that's so interesting. Thank you. So what do you think are some of the challenges that make it difficult for South Korea and Japan to address these issues of digital exploitation?
Yeah, so with AI, it's fairly new. There's just so many different protocols that need to be taken place, and they aren't, unfortunately. And with my research, I was able to find that through deepfakes, they're taking these images of children and women all around the country and putting their face on what we would consider porn stars without their consent, obviously. And that's the scary reality, is that many people don't understand that they're just going all about their internet. They're gone, I believe it's Instagram, Twitter, Telegram, where they're finding these images. And sometimes it's their own friends coming across these images of them. Or themselves, and that's the scary part. It's just you don't realize it's happening. But within these two countries, they know deepfake pornography is happening. But until it's them, it's not really cared for. It's just so normalized over there. And you see it every day almost. And with the interview I watched, there were women who were more nervous about how their family saw them once these deepfakes were out there. And they were scared, and after everything happened, they took the protocols then to protect themselves, to not post information about themselves on the internet, to make their Instagrams private so that these informations couldn't get out.
Wow, that is very scary. So throughout your research, what are some policy recommendations that you think could work to combat this issue?
Yeah, first we have to hold people accountable, and that's what's not happening. There's similar cases of sexual abuse and harassment, but there hasn't been much done about AI as a whole. So within these cases, they are looking at, I believe it's the NTH case, which is in, I want to say Japan, if I'm correct. And this was a case done by a certain individual was posting different AI-generated images of children with their faces on there. And the only way they were able to charge him was for sexual abuse of children. And although it's not AI that is the reason why he's being charged, it's the sexual misconduct that really matters. So there needs to be laws implemented for the focus of AI. And they're trying to do that, but once again, you have to hold people accountable, and that's what's not happening. People are being let go with a little slap on their wrist. People are getting fined, but nothing's really being done, and nothing's being officially made aware of these laws that they want to implement.
Wow, that is really interesting. Thank you so much for being here and sharing this insightful information with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.